All right, and here we are. Good morning, everybody. Um, here's here we are again on our Saturday Sambafying sessions, and I'm so glad to be here this morning again. Beautiful morning here in Colorado. Um, I had comments and feedback from people that the audio has been a little low, so I tweaked things a little bit. So let me know if this audio is a little bit on the louder side, if you will. I am monitoring the levels here, and I definitely increased the volume overall, but I don't want this thing to clip. And I was playing here early today to check stuff, and I think I found a place that it won't clip, but it was clipping when I was on the red, when I was playing around early today, prepping for the stream. Still need a headset. Hey Mark is around, some other people are coming. Hello from Ukraine, thanks for being here. Mark, how's it going, my friend? I still need a headset. You mean to speak? Is that my audio not coming through? Is that what's going on? Let me know, because I did tweak this quite a bit. I think the guitar, if it's louder or not, because it feels good to me here on the headset, but in the headphones. But I am monitoring the levels on that thing over there, and it should be a little better, I think. But if not, we'll keep at it, keep tweaking. Hey, what's going on, Brad? Thanks for being here, brother. All right, so let's get started, because today is gonna be fun. Audio is low without a headset, but much better with one. Oh, if you have a headset, that's what I understood now. Guitar is great volume, voice is quiet. Okay, but not bad. Okay, that's improving. That's encouraging. I tried this mic the other day, but it's a USB thing, and it's getting a little weird delay with my interface. So I have to get something that I can actually plug into the interface, and then have both going to the interface, because my mic and the USB mic were having a little, remember a couple streams ago, I had a little bit of a weird delay, latency going on. But we'll see what I can get that I can actually plug into my interface. All right, so today is a great song day. We have the classic On Green Dolphin Street to Sambafy. Disclaimer, I had Sambafy this tune before. I recorded a few years ago, a little version playing this thing, so I know a few tricks already. So this won't be like absolutely in the dark, but I did come up with a few new tricks for you today. And for the first time, I did record a little bit of me playing the chords, so I can solo a little bit. So with some of those changes, some this kind of Brazilian vibe thing. So I think you'll dig this stream. It's gonna be awesome. And let's get right down to it. I'll have that infamous screen with the chart over there, so we can just get reacquainted with this thing. Interesting enough, in the real book, I just noticed that D over C is dominant. No, but is dominant. Interesting. And then here comes the actual triad. But that D was dominant. I have seen also two dominant chords. I personally play just triads, just D over C, D flat over C, and then back here, right? Then we got second part. Right? People play usually a little riff there, right? Right? That's a pretty common one. Right? That happens a lot. A little change in the melody. Sometimes I usually do that. Sometimes I don't do. Just for syncopation's sake, that we're gonna talk a little bit now. He is Alessandro. Ciao Gabriel, grande abbraccio dalla Sicilia. Grazie mio, my friend. Abraço fraterno. I am dying to go to visit Sicily, just to tell you. It's been on my bucket list to go to Sicily. I can't wait to go at some point and hopefully play. So, great to have you here, Alessandro. Grazie. Grazie mille. All right, let's get right down to it. The same stuff applies, you know, the method works, as you already know. Finding the syncopation points to insert in this thing. This is one of those that is, you know, the current topic here is I'm usually now trying to get like jazz standards and things like that, tunes that are not, you know, bossa nova, Brazilian, who don't have that particular framework that we like, you know, to exist, so we can like apply the method. When that happens, which hopefully a lot of the tunes are, you have to bring that melody into that fold. You have to syncopate the melody, or sambafy as I call, right? And how you do that? You do that by inserting the Brazilian syncopation figure, as I keep calling all the time, right? The 16, 8, 16, ta 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 ta. If you are thinking 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2, 4, by the way. 1, 2, 1, 2, ba 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 dee dee ba 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 ba, right? Ba 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 ba. We sort of populate that melody with this, right? So ba ba do dee, right? This one has the infamous triplet that I talked about in several streams, that I keep insisting that the triplet's not our friend when it comes to syncopation and sambification. Just because, as I said before, it forces us to this sort of you know, sort of this flying around, very loose rhythm, you know, by definition, the triplet, you know, sa 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 sa, like da da do dee da, da do dee, right? By default, by design, the triplet is supposed to kind of have that overarching sort of flying around. We want syncopation, we want dance, so we want the thing to move, to dance, so we pa pa bit 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 pa pa, so we replace the triplet with that figure, so right? Or this is just applying the figure, right? And then the other part of this game is applying the ties, right, to make the syncopation, this melody jump around. We talked about a lot here on these streams. Is what I call the total syncopation, where the figure is placed and everything is tied, and then the melody is not on the downbeat anymore, is everything sort of upbeat, right? If I play, I can do like this, or with all the ties. One more time. And then you see that none of this melody is on the downbeat. Everything's sort of up, 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 and that's the beauty of this sort of danceable approach, and that also makes it easy for us to come up with stuff, because as I keep telling you all on the streams, the melody has enough information to carry the groove through, and that's what happens here. I was not playing the groove at all. I'm playing the melody, you know? And it's right there. It's dancing already, right? The first step, usually when I talk about this, is to combine the bottom layer with the top layer. Remember, we see these things into 3 layers, right? The top layer, the middle layer, and the bottom layer, right? Most of the time, again, the top layer, usually mid-melody takes care of that, and the middle is usually, the bottom rather, is usually the bass, and the middle is counter melodies or notes of the forms the chord, this part of the harmonic part. So one thing to get this movement, this dance really tight and get your framework ready is to actually play the bottom and the top. So here we are again. Right? I play the bass against the syncopated melody. 1, 2, with the bass. 1 and 2, 2. Then falling up. Oh, sorry. Falling up. Did a little at the end, just a little riff there. You have to play through that thing so you can get the, you know, how this is all laid out, like what the bass is doing against this melody. You have to figure out with your fingers what to do. That first step is really fundamental to really get this thing, you know. You see here that the bass is not together with the melody, right? The melody is jumpy and upbeat because we put all the syncopations and the ties. Ba ba dee da dee da da da, right? And the bass is foundational. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, right? So you need that, you know. Ba da 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 ba da da da. You need to have you have to experiment with this and see how you put this together. And sometimes for some people, you keep trying to put the melody along with the bass, and they're supposed to not align at all. So you have to practice that, you know. Ba, 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 ba. Right? Ba, da, ba, de, ba, 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 ba. Cool. When you get that, then you bring the middle layer again, as usually we do, and the middle layer will consist of notes that kind of form the chords or counter melody that you might want to use there. I can place that middle layer along with the melody in every step if I want, which means I'll be kind of harmonizing the top, right? So it'll be 1 and 2 and you kind of sound like that, right? I'm leaving a few notes left without the middle, but I can put the middle in everything. It will be I wouldn't probably do that one. I will save the middle to just kind of enhance a few spots of the melody. So they'll sound more like this: 1 and 2. You see that I'm leaving a few notes out. The melody is alone in places. It's combined with the middle in others, so you have a more kind of diverse, cool 3-layer thing, you know. That's how we do it, right? I can also move that the middle. The cool thing about it is that the middle can go with the top or can go with the bottom. I can leave the melody just by itself and just support the melody with the bass. The bottom line will be something like this. Right? I'm not tagging the middle with the top. I'm just placing that middle in there along with the bass. If I want, right? On this case, that particular melody will probably, you know, dialogue with the top a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Any questions thus far? No. Remember, this is a open forum to questions. You can ask whatever you want. Then, if we keep track of the questions here as they come along, but. The other thing that is the part of the system, right? This is a two-prong approach, is this thing. The melody is syncopated enough or active enough, as I call it, so that it carries the material of the groove, it carries through. But sometimes the melody is relaxed, is long, or there's a rest in the melody. And that's, again, as I say all the time, they will bring the groove into the fold whenever the melody is resting. In this particular case, the melody is resting. So, so when that happens, you bring the groove. On this case, I'm playing a samba groove, mostly what these songs I'm doing. So let me show this. 1 and 2. See? The groove came in when the melody rested. Groove. Melody. Right? All groove. You got the idea? Let me know if you have any questions thus far. Hello, my friend Bala, another member of the BGI in the house. We got Mark and we got Bala here with us. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That's what I'm just, you know, beating this dead horse for months and months now, right? That's what you have to do to make this thing work, and it does work. What can I say? It works. As far as harmony, what I'm doing here, pretty simple stuff, right? We are on D minor, G7, C major here. So the melody is really kind of under my fingers here, so it's not that complicated to do this, right? Got the 11 in the top. Then I got the G7 chord, right? And then when the melody is here, I'm doing the 13. So that little movement, right? Right? And then I repeat the same thing. In F, like an E flat in this case. Right? Pretty simple. A quick note, I am playing in C major, as you obviously are hearing that and watching it. E flat is possible as well, but I'm not a fan of that E flat key, you know. I like C major in this case because it just fits better for the guitar. You know, I play E flat too, but the saxophone players will love, E flat, but we guitar players will love C, right? Cool. Catatildo, abraço. Good friend Davi from Brazil. How did you do the G13? Just like that, I just showed you. Right? Here we go. Right? On this case, the melody is a flat 9, so it would be a G7 flat 9 13, right? And then you resolve the melody, or here's another one for you. If you want to mess around with these triads, you can do just kind of move that triad up if you want. nice. This is a E major triad. Then you move to F sharp triad, I guess. Kind of get that sound there. But this is just passing, right? This is really quick, right? If you want to do it, or else you can do, you can resolve the 13 down to the flat 13. When you reach that, then you have the, you know, the classic G7 sharp 5 sharp 9 or flat 13 sharp 9. That will be something a little bit more tricky, but you can do it, you know. Playing in samba is going to be a little tricky because of the speed and the way this thing designed. You have to play the bass. If you're playing kind of chord melodies, great. Right? It's easy. But doing everything, you have an next step, but it kind of messes with the groove a little bit. I usually don't do that when I'm doing the samba thing because it's just too much, you know. Enough to get the 13 on, you know. If I'm playing slow, then great. When you have a slower tempo, then great, because you have enough time to do that, right? You're very welcome, my friend. Thank you. It's easy to understand. I feel like I touched the source of Brazilian music. I will try various things, the chromatic harmonica. Yes, I'm glad you got something. Felipe, tô falando do teu trabalho, irmão. Pô, obrigado, Felipe. Pô, cara, obrigado você estar aqui com a gente. He's a Brazilian guitarist now here in the stream. Vitória, pô, já fui aí na tua cidade, cara, algumas vezes. He's from Vitória, Espírito Santo. Já fui aí, já fui em aquela Guarapari, já fui lá também algumas vezes. Cidade bacana, cara. Obrigado por você estar aqui com a gente. Se tiver uma pergunta aí, pode fazer. So, you got the idea, right? Groove. Then repeat. So slow is easy to make all these tricks, but if you're playing a little faster, I'll just put the 13. Just easy. Easy, great. Another tip here, when you land on that C, you can like, I talk about this in videos in my Facebook free group, which, by the way, if you want to get into it, is here somewhere. You can move from the major 7 to the 6 inside the same chord and create that sense of movement. This internal voice moves around. It gives a sense of movement, but we're still in C major. So if you want to do that, great. And then some, you know, the melody originally is I have that B. I don't play that B just because I want to groove back, you know, but you can do it. I can do that like a G. I'm here using a G7 flat 5, right? G7, 5th flat, and then back here, right? Cool. Let's talk about actually the melody in the beginning. We didn't talk about it. If you play the whole shebang, right? Then I start the melody. You can start here, right? That kind of C, right? And then I can invert just a C major 7, right? The C minor, I can play the C minor here. It's like it's kind of a drop 2, as the jazz people like to call this chord. I call different names, but or I can play that C minor here if you want to actually put the C. Like that, or here's a good one, right? And then here to play that chromatic descending thing. So what should we do there? We want to keep that pedal here, right? We have to play D major over C. That's why I don't put the 7th, because I think it's more beautiful just to try it. And I also have options here, so I can do this voicing, which is F sharp from the D major, D from the D major, A from the D major. I have my D major here, and I leave that C hanging because that's from the C. So I like that one, you know. And then we have to move to the D flat major. We can just move this whole thing and keep our bass on C, right? And then we are here. Okay, playing that together will be something like this. 1 and 2, 5. I have to move. Sorry, I have to keep C. Repeat that. Right? Here, the D flat over C. At this point here, I am going to be a little careful with that G that I was leaving hanging, right? Right? Here, if I have D flat over C, but I guess I can put that G there. It's gonna be a little twisted, but you can do that too. But just be careful with that G. Experiment with it and see if you like it or not in the whole context. Now, put the G there, see? And then I have a 2-5, right? To E half diminished, A7, D minor. I'm just doing a 2-5 to get to the D minor, right? Right? This is a A half diminished, E half diminished, sorry, E half diminished, A7, then gets me to the D minor, which is where I want to be, right? So and I'm here, and then that's this stuff I talked about, right? Repeat. What else we got here on that first part? Okay, I will get to the point right now, but let's check out the question here. Felipe asks us, suas escolhas são sempre baseadas na nota da ponta, e depois traz voicings mais ricos com cordas soltas. Felipe is asking as if my choices are always kind of based on the top string, the top voice there, and then I bring stuff, voices like richer voices, with open strings mixing up. Suas escolhas parecem óbvias, isso é muito obrigado. He's saying that my choices seem to sound not obvious, and that's interesting. Well, thank you. Obrigado. Vou tentar responder em português e inglês, tá? I'm going to try to answer in English and Portuguese. Felipe, a melodia é a rainha aqui, né? Eu tenho que respeitar a melodia, tocar a melodia, então eu estou buscando soluções para ter aquela melodia com aquele acorde, e nesse caso com aquele baixo pedal, né? I'm saying that I am looking for solutions based out of the melody, because melody is the king here, the queen. I have to respect the melody, and I am trying to find the chord that I need to play. In this case, I have the note of the melody, I have the chord and the bass that's different, right? Because this is a pedal. Então, nessa parte, essa parte aqui eu tenho o Ré sobre o Dó, né? Então eu tenho que tocar esse acorde e eu tenho que tocar essa melodia. I have to play D major here, and I have to play the bass in C and the melody, right? Então eu poderia fazer isso aqui, né? Como eu te mostrei, ou assim, ou assim, like this, and just playing the triad over the bass, ou a tríade sobre o baixo. Mas eu tenho que ficar ligado no que é que tem ao meu redor disponível. E nesse caso tinha, né? I have to be aware of what's available around me. And in this case, there was something available. There was a voicing that I could play this chord. Tinha um voicing aqui, um jeito de tocar o Ré, que eu tinha tudo. Eu tinha a tríade toda. Então eu tenho o Lá, tenho o Ré e tenho o Fá sustenido aqui. I had the whole triad on a cool voicing here. I had the A, I had the D, I had the F sharp. Aí eu boto baixo, eu já tinha o acorde num voicing legal. I already had the chord with a cool voicing, right? E aí me sobrou uma situação que eu uso bastante esses Ré maiores. I use a lot of D majors with a G hanging. Eu uso o Ré maior com esse Sol just no meio, na meiuca, que aí cria essa tensão. I use this voicing quite a bit. Eu uso esse voicing a lot. Então ele pode ser Ré, it can be a Ré, pode ser um Ré com a quarta adicionada, né? It could be a D with an added 4, which has that fourth hanging. A quarta fica pendurada ali. This is a Vince Mendoza thing. É uma coisa do Vince Mendoza que eu amo de paixão, esse cara, compositor e tal. This is a Vince Mendoza thing. He used those voicings, and it kind of blurs the thing. E dá uma borrada no acorde, sabe? Você bota a quarta. Então você pode usar no Ré, pode usar no Mi, que é mais toninho horta, né? Toninho. This is a more E minor. This is a toninho horta kind of voicing. It can be anything. Pode ser qualquer coisa. Eu posso botar um Fá sustenido. I can put a F sharp. I can put a G. Posso botar um Sol. Posso botar um sus em Lá. I can put a sus sound. It's more of like a A13 sus4. Um Lá com 13ª com tudo, com um sus aqui. If I go to B flat, eu gosto muito desse aqui. I like this one a lot. This is that structure with a B flat. Aqui a gente vai estar puxando um som maior, si bemol maior, né? Com a sexta, mas com a quinta aumentada também. Tá vendo? E com a sétima maior junto. Então, I have here the sharp 5, a major sound with a sharp 5, major 7, and the added 6, which I can call a 13, right? Tá vendo? I can put an inversion here, a B, B. Então, Felipe, aqui eu busquei esse voicing tava aqui na minha cara para usar, então eu tenho que usar, né? This voicing was kind of right in my face to use, I just use it, right? So, então a sequência, eu falei, pô, deixa eu ver se eu já tenho o voicing aqui, a tríade, I had the triad here already, and then if I go down for the D flat, né, para o Ré bemol, eu experimentei, I experimented with the G, if I can keep that G, if eu posso manter esse Sol junto, né? E, ok, não doeu. You know, it was alright, you know. And then I'm back. E aí eu tô de volta. Então eu tenho que respeitar a melodia, buscar um acorde que tá ali na mão, né? Tem que estar aqui. I have to look for a chord that is like around the melody, around my hand. But then I'm always looking for something else. Eu estou sempre buscando um sabor, uma coisinha a mais. E normalmente eu tento achar uma corda solta para colocar, para dar esse sabor, né? And I look for open string to kind of spice the chord a little bit, right? So, I hope eu espero que eu tenha te respondido. Entendi. Obrigado pela explicação. Sua visão não fica apenas em tríades fechadas. Você busca a voz. Sim, com certeza. O negócio da the open. He's saying that I'm looking for open triads. Yes, sim. Inverter as tríades com certeza tem que rolar, porque aí você abre mais espaço para outras coisas, para uma corda solta. I said that if I invert the triad and put a more open voicing, there's always a hole there that I can fill in with something else, right? If I'm playing a closed voicing triad, como Felipe, se eu tiver a tríade bem fechadinha, né? Assim, né? Fica mais difícil você achar outras coisas. It's harder to find all the stuff with the triads in closed position. But if I voice the triad differently, se eu fizer um voice mais aberto, como você falou aqui, if I a more open voice, this G, D as in dog major, se Ré maior, eu já tenho o Sol, já pintou. I open up for other things, so this G is available, you know, this is available, right? So open up the triad voicing wise, leaves you more room to add anything else that you want. Sacou? Obrigado a você, obrigado pela pergunta. So I am, by the groove wise, I'm playing the samba thing, but I am also using a samba funk kind of groove here. I wouldn't even say it's a samba funk. It's the groove that I call like a variation that I take the first beat, the first bass, you know. Can you use that or can you use a samba funk? I'm using more of that variation without the first bass in the downbeat and maybe a little bit of partido alto. A little mix of both, but I'm not doing the straightforward samba one here for the intro, right? Samba. Chord, melody, chord. Get to the second part that we didn't talk about. Here there's so many options you can use, but the melody goes like this, right? Okay, how do we play all that? You have a bass that is moving down to the B, half diminished, right? D minor, passing over C. Hey Mark, here's your passing chord here. D minor over C, right? If you would notate that, it would be D minor, whatever, over C. It's just passing, right? That chord has no particular function, rather than just being a passing chord. B half diminished, E7 flat 9, A minor, right? And then 2-5 to E minor. F sharp half diminished, B7, E minor, right? So how do I do all that? There are ways. I can play, if I play that note here, I have to play a B half diminished, so boom. There's a one here under my fingers, right? And then I hit the E7. So the E7 I can play here or here, right? I can go here or here. I think here is closer, easier because I have to go up anyways, right? So I go, and here I am, boom, E7. I can kind of play 7 just, you know, just E7, right? E, G sharp, B, D. A classic, just kind of straight up dominant chord, or I can like put a little bit of salt in there, a little paprika, or whatever you want to call, which will be, I am sharpening the 5 here, the 5th. So I have an E7 sharp 5. So that's a little better, right? Sorry. Just a little color, right? Instead of just playing E7, I just put that here, right? And then you have to E resolve into A minor here. That A minor has the 11th in it, which is gold, right? Because I can play. How about that voicing? Tá aí, Felipe, pra você voicing bom, ó. Todo open, com corda solta aí. Se quiser harmônico, ó. That's a E minor 11. You can play the minor 3rd here. The 11th is in the top, and you have the 7th and the 9th just open, like, which is a really cool voicing. And if you want to put those notes into harmonics, stay right here. So you can have that sound, or a more kind of open string one, right? Okay, so how that whole thing works. Got it? Here is a little, if you put this finger here, here's a thing that I just caught myself doing. If you make this chord like this, with the 3 note, the 3 finger here on the G sharp, you're gonna have to do this later. So you gotta be cautious of that. See if I can put this mic a little bit up to get more my voice. Right, I have to do that here. So maybe it would be cool maybe if you use this weird one, which will be 1 here. Oh, sorry, 3, 2, 3, 1, and 2. It's a little bit of stretch, but here makes it so easy to play, you know. See? From here, you have to do this. That's the nerval point here, right? To put this here. That's one. Gostou, Reginaldo? Gostou? Reggie liked it. Reggie is another BGI member here in the house with us. So it works great. I liked it. Did you like it? And then I'm here. There is another possibility if you want to use something on that E, right? Here and then on this note. It starts getting crammed here with a lot of stuff, but if you want to try it, you can do, I use it a lot, kind of a piano voicing. Toninho Horta chord, Felipe. It's a piano voicing, right? You have dominant, sharp 9, then a C major triad. Just piano 101. In E, it works great for guitar because you can get everything. Piano, they can do everywhere. We're not as lucky. Okay, how can we fit this in? That's kind of tough to put everything, you know? It's a little too much, but if you want to ease it up before to play the chord, maybe, you know? instead of putting anything here on the chord, you can just play the melody against the bass and then come with the chord. That's cool. I like it. You get a little bit more of a jazzy vibe, right? Like I like it too. You can try it. And then you can try all this stuff too. Oh, there's someone here, Nixon. Hello, Gabriel, love from Nepal. How's it going, my friend? Thank you for being here. I love to visit your land, Nepal. So here we are. And then here, continuing. This is just a 2/5 to E minor. So you just hear. You can do that. F sharp minor, B7, or on my case, sorry, I have the F sharp here, and then I have the B also. If you don't, you can do just here. Return the guitar because it's getting warmer here now, and the guitar is getting out of tune. Sorry for a second. Alright, so you have you can play that here, or you know, put the flat 9 there if you want. And then you got that little riff, like, right? You have the option too. Richard, hello, sounds good. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you for being here with us today. So that little riff, 1 and 2 and 3, right? You have to do that. So easy. 2 alto chords, then D minor, then G7. You can do G7 just straight up G7, or maybe a flat 5, which I like. I like it. Then you can resolve on C, right? Or I like to do that. A lot of people do too. Do the C sharp major. Then that becomes a major 7, right? That works too. In the samba context, that would be then you're back, right? Playing this whole thing now will be something like this. The second part. 1, 2. Next thing. Several possibilities there to harmonize, to do stuff. We cover the sort of sambification, the sambafying of the thing now. Let me know if you have more questions there, because we got some really cool questions today. Okay, cool. What can I do more? Can I? Yes, of course you can do more. I do usually put that C sharp in there, which I like. You can do more stuff. Remember on Night and Day stream that we did, the Night and Day song, I was showing that trick when you have all these major chords together. If you play the relative minors of those chords, you get this really cool alternate progression that sounds very kind of Brazilian if you put the samba and stuff. So I like that, and I was messing around today, this morning, this song, and I found this really cool stuff I haven't done before. So why not try it, right? So cool, and then chords. Maybe we resolve here in C sharp. How about if I resolve in the relative minor of that? D flat major. I can call D flat major, then it'll be B flat minor. So that's a cool different chords. That's nice. I played this morning, I was like, oh, that's cool. And I can go to A minor too, right? So I can have a whole sequence in minor, which is nice. It could be like a second, you know, instance of the melody that you bring. That could be cool, you know, instead of playing you can go I like it. And you can also use some pedals, not pedals, more like inversions. You can put the melody, because you do remember one possibility was putting the bass on this G. I was like, how about if I just do everything like this, you know? Then you got the Brazilian. The Brazilians took over. The Brazilians took over the party. You got this beautiful, lush, kind of different harmony, but still the melody's there, right? So, what was the rationale here? Instead of C major, I did A minor, and then I put the bass on the fifth, and then everything becomes minor, right? So C minor with the bass on G, and then B minor, now with the bass on F sharp, then B flat minor with the bass on F, again A minor over A. And the whole thing also works if you think of their major counterparts as well. So if you think of this as a C major, this is a C major 7 with the third in the bass, with the 9 as well, you know? This could be E flat major 9 with the bass on G. This can be D major 7 with the bass on F sharp, and this can be D flat major with the bass on F. Mark, you got all your slash chords now in one sequence, my friend. How about that? Me and Mark were talking about slash chords in the last BGI meeting, and there we go, all of them in the sequence for you. So we can notate all these chords as C major 9 over E, E flat major over B flat, E flat major over G, then D major 7 over F sharp, D flat major over F, and then C major 9 over E, or the minor counterparts. You can think of A minor 9 or minor 11 with the bass on E, then C minor 9 over G, B minor 9 over F sharp, and B flat minor 9 over F, and then back here. So cool, that's cool. So if you do that, you have a nice different spice and color there. So you can go nice. Do you like it? I like it. So how can we do stuff with it? That's how we do it. So we're approaching 1 hour already. Wow, okay. Leave questions if you have some there, because I'm happy to answer them. Here's a little surprise for you. I did record early just myself playing these chords because I was messing this morning with this inversion. It's like, oh man, that's cool. I'm gonna share that. So I record a run of myself just playing the chords so I can solo a little bit, you know, so you can hear this taste, the spices in it. So I can show some of that. Veronique says the chords on magnet. Ah, they are beautiful, aren't they? They are beautiful. Merci, thank you for being here. Can you please do the short turnaround chords again, please, when you come to a stopping point? Okay, I'll do that, Bala. The A or B section, I think. Whenever you come to a stopping point is fine. Okay, so Bala wants to hear the final turnaround thing. So, here comes, right? E minor, A7, D minor, G7, and then you can end on C or D flat major, right? And what I did here was this A minor I played. I just play outright instead of A minor. I play E7 flat 9, sharp 9, right? And then my A7, you know, I just put more notes in it. Instead of just sharp 5, I did A7, sharp 5, sharp 9, right? And then this is just D minor, right? Right? D minor, 7 with the note and melody on top. And then G7, classic G7. What I did was I lowered the 5th. Now it's a G7 flat 5. So, and then instead of playing C, which will be a 6-9 thing here, I did D flat 6-9, right? And then accommodated the melody, which is the major 7. So it'll be that's what I did. And in this last version, instead of playing D flat major, I play B flat minor 9, the relative minor. Remember, I'm messing with the relative minor versions of those chords. So I did that's what I did. Cool. So I'll play I will solo a little bit on top of this basic harmony. The beginning, I'll play the head, the tune, and then on the solo I will start first the first chorus in the same kind of harmony that they were playing, or the original kind of one. And when you hit this, I will move to the minor version of it, the Brazilified version, harmonically speaking, and that would be B flat minor and A minor, C minor, B minor, B flat minor, A minor. I'll do that. At some point I'll use the pedals as well that I show you. That'll be cool. And the only thing different that I use, that I'll tell you, is in the head, here in the C major, we gotta go to F minor, right? To move to that part. I put a 2-5 to that chord. That's another thing I did during the solo, you know. Here. Just a little spice in there. So here's on Green Dolphin Street now with the backup of myself playing some chords, and the second chorus we're gonna go to the Brazilian still cover part harmonically, and I'll try to solo on this and see if you can get those colors. Cool. And then let's hear. Hopefully this thing is not gonna break on me, because Logic has been a little funny today, so hopefully it doesn't do that. Okay, here we go. right, we did it. Did you hear that? Just want to make sure that that came through. What do you think? Did you hear that stuff I just played? The audio, also the other guitar? I hope we did. I hope I didn't just play randomly something. I can do it again too. Let me know in the comments if they came through, the other guitar that I recorded. Yeah, I'll try to do this again. Oh, it came through. Okay, cool. Okay, good. It did come through. Tropon. Merci. Yes, okay, good. Mark can answer, still in shock. Mark is funny, man. I'll play this again, right? But one thing I forgot to mention, I use a little pedal in the at some point in the solo on the second part. So I did at some point from that part. I was just a little dominant pedal. I did. Then a B flat sus. And then I tried that inversion part. Right? Let me give you another shot at this because I think I can do a little better. Let me go back here and see if I can play this thing. Also, let me know, is the volume of the second or the track, is that a good volume with my guitar, or is that too low or too strong? The other guitar track, because you know sometimes I don't want to get a barrier on the thing, or also the accompaniment get buried. So let me know if the mix is all right. The other track I did. Let me know in the comments real quick before I do another run of this. Try some Joe Pass stuff. Volume is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna play another one. Let me see if I can do more stuff. Yeah, check out that pedal at some point. And here I play a little bit of a partido alto samba funk-ish. I play that instead of the regular samba. So let's see if I can do another one without this thing breaking on me. Give me 1 second. All right, I think this is gonna work again. So good. All right, here we go. Cool. Oh, forgot to tell you, I was messing up a little bit with chords in the beginning. So since I had the guitar there, right? I just play different voicings. I did a little Lydian. C major, kind of 9, major 7, 9, sharp 11. And then for the C minor, that shape, and I was doing, and then just parallel. That thing, it's a Toninho Horta thing, by the way. Brazilian guitar hero. Okay, here we go. Something like that. I think the first one was better, but you hear a slight different version there. So questions, have questions? Because it's time to go. It's 1 hour 15. We broke the record, I guess. I can also do the sort of full Sambafied version with one guitar only too, if you want. I can do that one and then we'll go. Let's just last questions and then we'll get it going. Let me know if you have any there on the chat. And shameless plug again, if you like this stuff, you have to be in the Brazilian Guitar Institute. I have our members over here with us on the stream. It's a full program where I teach this. Basically, I teach all these tricks, all this system, the so-called Sambafying system, right? How to take melodies and put into this Brazilian thing, making arrangements and all that. You can book a call with me. I have not a lot of time for calls lately, but starting this month, sort of the end of May, I'm gonna be super available and gonna get a lot of you guys in the program. The folks that are here, part of the program, they know what I'm talking about. They know how cool it is. We have a coursework that is really great, but also we have the community that you post your assignments and you interact with each other, get to know each other, and we have the meetings every Thursday morning. Those are really great, aren't they, Mark? Great questions, great discussions, and I'm talking about a bunch of these tricks. And usually on this live stream Saturday, the following meeting on Thursday, we talk a lot about the stream I did, and I show all these tricks in detail to everybody. And there's a bunch of stuff to talk about. There's a Brazilian Guitar GPT thing that I created, that train it, that knows everything about what I teach and can teach you stuff whenever you want. I won't have time to show all that today, but if you want to know more about it, just come here and get a call and let's talk, let's chat. What else we got here? Comments. Yes, can you do the A section short turnaround once more? One more time? I will show some more, Bala. Thank you, Reggie. Reggie, another member. Great job. Top-notch structure material. Yes, Bala is there. Brazilian Guitar is the best. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. The A section turnaround is fine on Thursday. Yeah, the meeting. We're definitely going to come on the meeting. But the turnaround you're talking about is... yeah, I'll definitely, Bala. I'll definitely do the whole song. But again, is... if that's what you're talking about, the E7 sharp 9, A7 sharp 9, the D minor 7, then G7, and I did the flat 5. Then we arrive at D flat major or B flat minor, right? So let me play this thing again and see if I can bring now the sort of a full guitar solo version and see if it flies. Let's see. And thank you for being here one more time. Let me see. Something like that. Getting tired today. Getting tired. 1 hour and a half almost. My chops are blown. I played that before a little better. So thank you so much for you all for being here with me. Again, if you like all this stuff, Brazilian Guitar Institute is the place to learn from me. And I hope you enjoy this. And I will see you on the next one. Have a great Saturday and enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.